2026 is not a good time to invest in Dubai real estate. A popular narrative says the oversupply will crash the market, mortgage rates are higher than before, and real growth numbers are slowing down. But the real risk is not about market timing. This is about poor planning, wrong product selection, and poor execution. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Junaid and I am a real estate consultant based in Dubai since 2016. It's almost a decade experience and I have seen multiple cycles of the market, crashes, boom, and recoveries. Today in this video, we will cover how the headlines about oversupply are actually different than the ground reality, how's the continued population growth of Dubai is dealing with the potential risks, and Dubai's safety and stability appeal, how this is the most important factor today, and what are those potential risks and mistakes about poor planning, execution, and wrong product selection, and how every investor must avoid it. Now let's look into the headlines about supply and actual delivery rate on the ground in 2025. Most reports were claiming approximately 37,000 units will hand over in 2025, but actually what has happened, 23,000 units are handing over in 2025 so far, which is approximately 62% of the total projected forecast of claimed number of units. Similarly, in 2026, 71,613 units are forecasted, but same reports are mentioning approximately 35,000 units are expected to reach handover. Now, when we combine these 2 years, the total number of units are going to be around 57,636. And Fitch Ratings and other analysts note factors such as funding delays, contractor shortages, and buyer payment schedules are limiting actual delivery, leaving a meaningful gap between launches and handovers. So when we look at the demand absorption rate, so we see we are adding up approximately 200,000 permanent residents every year in Dubai's population, and mostly they are families. So in case if there are 3 to 4 family members, still we need 50 to 60,000 new houses every year. So a strong absorption demand still exists in the ground. Demand and absorption are the key fundamentals to understand if the new supply has its good use or no. Today we are adding approximately 200,000 permanent residents into Dubai's population. This number has been doubled. Earlier than COVID-19, we were attracting approximately 100,000 or lesser number of residents every year. After COVID-19, world has realized the strength and resilience of Dubai's economic system, financial system, and political system. And today we are attracting most wealthiest people, entrepreneurs, and professionals from all around the globe. So when we compare these numbers, actual delivered units versus the real population growth, we understand the absorption remains strong. Even currently, the hotel occupancy rate has reached to over 80% than 70% in the previous years. A market can handle new supply if demand is growing faster, and that is exactly what is happening. This scenario sets up the new point perfectly, Dubai's global appeal. So we all know Dubai offers a great lifestyle and tax advantages, but this is not all about it. When we look at the world, we understand insecurities, political instabilities, and rising global costs. So in this scenario, Dubai has established itself a business-friendly and neutral hub. Capital doesn't just look for returns only, it looks for safety too. So that's why Dubai is attracting the greatest number of millionaires from around the world. The number of millionaires population living in Dubai has doubled in the past decade, making it one of the world's fastest growing wealth hubs. According to the latest data, Dubai has now 81,200 millionaires and 237 centi-millionaires, whose wealth is in the hundreds of millions, and 20 billionaires. The previous year, these were 72,500 millionaires and 212 centi-millionaires with 15 billionaires. So here we see increasing number of rich migrants to Dubai. In the past decade, there has been 102% increase in the number of millionaires in Dubai. So common reasons why these millionaire families are moving to Dubai. Of course, tax advantages, lifestyle, safety and security, the best education and healthcare system, overall infrastructure, business-friendly environment, and protection and safety stability for themselves and for their family members. And on top of that, our global position allows us to reach most of the world's destination within few hours of flight distance. So when we understand about execution risk, it's about poor planning, wrong product selection, and poor execution. Actually, it is not about market. It's not about the timing as well. It is about buying commodity products, believing in attractive prices and payment plans, just without knowing the practical application of your investments. Just for example, buying in cluster developments of overcrowded towers with all same type of units. So here they create hype by offering great prices, great features, DLD waivers and attractive payment plans. But what happened? When actually you buy in certain developments, you are going to compete with hundreds of other investors, maybe thousands of other investors at the time of handover when you want to rent or resell your property. So basically these developments are overcrowding the market with so many number of units at one time. So the market forces start reacting against you because every investor is competing with other investors. So you have to negotiate with your tenants or with your buyers in the future to reduce your prices, and this is how you are cutting your profits in the future. So how to invest smartly in 2026? Let me tell you, 2026 is about selectivity. It's not about easy buying anymore. So we are not supposed to look for a studio one-bedroom apartments with post-handover payment plans with attractive prices and DLD waivers. These are not going to help anymore. We have to be very focused and selective in 2026, especially when you are choosing a developer. It has to be a government developer first of all. Otherwise, an established developer which already have an established history and reputation into the market, especially the master developers, because they hold the land banks and they have a capability to offer you a great price at a great location. And then those prime locations, we should focus on those prime locations which has a future of limited supply coming up. And waterfront, low density communities and user focused layouts. Projects with strong government infrastructure around. Generally, villa and townhouses products. Since 2020, demand is continuously growing for villas and townhouses in Dubai because Dubai has a limited supply of land and we are left with very limited patches to come up as a master communities for villas and townhouses. And especially after 2020, we have noticed families, most of those people who are moving to Dubai are families. So they are demanding for villas and townhouses either to rent or to buy. So since 2020, we see the graph is growing quite fast, and 2026 still there is a great demand available for villas and townhouses, especially when you are buying at a good location with good developer, provided the price per square foot is competitive. So these are some key points which we need to focus to invest in 2026. No easy buying anymore. We have to be selective and vigilant. Thank you so much for watching our video. In case if you want to know more, you can send us a message and we will be happy to help you. Thank you. See you in our next video.